The outcry has been, overwhelming, unimaginable for a return to the fireside chat. So, let's do it. I'm in the entryway at New Creation Church building. Behind me actually is a banner that the late Leah Dubry made for us more than 2 decades ago. Back in 1988, when 3 larger church bodies merged together to form the ELCA, which we're a part of, this banner or this image came as a part of that to say that we were the welcome place of rainbow hope, doors wide open. And Leah graciously made us this banner. Hangs in the entryway here at New Creation. I suspect that probably most people, when they come in here, they don't even notice it anymore because it's been hanging in this spot for, well, over 20 years. And so we don't notice it so much, I suppose. But it's still here. And it's still a really great reminder for me. To be honest, I haven't thought about it too much either. But I did think about it in recent days, and in fact, I even talked about it with some folks today, some other pastors in Northwest Ohio, say, we got this banner. And made me think a lot about how it is that we are, or how it is that we gather, that it speaks to this hoped for reality that we are a welcome place, that any and all, that there are minimal, if no restrictions to being able to be and feel welcomed at this place and space. And how it is that we do that. And over the years we've designed actually our worship to say, you don't have to be anything before coming to New Creation, that we welcome you. You don't have to know the service because we got song leaders or the songs that we sing. You don't have to be able to do this, that, or anything else. We accept you right where you're at, and we hope and pray that the gospel meets you there, and that we want to remove, and we did this quite intentionally, we wanted to remove as many barriers that people might feel get in the way of them coming to worship at New Creation. So we took some of the language of worship that might be kind of churchy language. We kind of tried to get rid of that. We made worship maybe a little less liturgical, that it had some more opportunities for spontaneity to it, to make people feel comfortable. We allow people to laugh and engage in worship. We wanted to make it as, if you will, user-friendly, with as few things in the way. We even sort of put down below the fact that we were Lutheran. We call ourselves a lot of times New Creation Church, because some people might say, well, if they're so Lutheran in church and that's not what I am, I may not feel all that welcomed. And so I don't have, the perfect design, and we don't actually have the perfect way of doing things during this most challenging time of how it is that we might do worship in person with, let's face it, a ton of restrictions. Separation of space, no singing, masks, hand sanitizer, taking attendance, having people make reservations. The list is long. And I know we're going to get, and we do already, get pushback from all sides and directions. But we're hopeful that we keep in mind how it is that we are a welcome place, and that we continue to be that as much as we can. Even to the point of saying, if we go back to in-person worship, there are some people that we really don't want to be here. Whether they may be an at-risk person, or maybe they have young children and we're not going to have a child care area. All sorts of things like that. And it doesn't say that we don't want to get back to worship, because we do, I feel the pressure all the time. But we want to be back together in such a way that we are as much of a welcome place as anything else. Because Jesus was always about welcome the little children, all the populations out there that the disciples and others were saying, you don't want to be having any contact there. You don't want to mingle with folks like that. You want to keep your distance from somebody who's got that. That never impacted Jesus. He touched people with leprosy. He reached out and welcomed the children. He hung out with tax collectors and sinners. He was the welcome place of all welcome places. And the cross is the place where his arms are outstretched wider than any, as he gave his life for the sins of the world. We're still trying to figure out exactly how best to be the welcome place and the timing of that and in-person worship. And we ask you, if you haven't been already, to be praying for us and how we would best do that. To be the welcome place, to be faithful, to love our neighbors as ourselves. And we would add, to be as much like Jesus as we possibly can. So as always, stay safe, stay healthy, stay praying, and stay faithful, my friends, and may Christ be with you.